So for these two questions in purple on the bottom, they're asking you to understand the difference between factored form and the roots of a polynomial. So first of all, at the top here where I have review, expanded form, you see no parentheses like x squared plus 5x plus 6. If you factor it by saying what multiplies to 6 and adds to 5, that would be 3 and 2. The factors would be x plus 3 and x plus 2, which means factored form has parentheses. And then if you're trying to figure out where this parabola crosses the x-axis, you're looking for the roots. So to find the roots, all you have to do is set each of these equal to 0, and you get -3 and -2. Or you just flip the signs. And since those are x-intercepts or roots, if I plug in -3 into the function for x, you should get 0. And if I plug in -2, you should also get 0 because they're x-intercepts. So for number 1, it says if x plus 6 is a factor, which is true. So if x plus 6 is a factor, so that means we're looking at this form right here. Would f of 6 equal to 0? Would f of -6 equal to 0? Or are both 6 and -6 roots? So again, if it's in parenthesis form and you're trying to figure out the roots, because all three of these are looking at the roots, this is saying if I plug in 6, I get 0, and if I plug in -6, I get 0. A root is an x-intercept, so it's part A is saying it crosses at 6, 0. Part B is saying it crosses at -6, 0. Part C is saying it crosses at both of those. Well, if you look at the factored form, which is x plus 6, to find the root or x-intercept, you set that equal to 0, or the pattern is to just flip the sign, right? When it was a positive 3, you flip it to a -3. So that means if I plug in -6, you should get an answer of 0. So B is our answer. Number 2, if -3 is a root, which is true. So they're taking the root, which is -3, so it crosses the x-axis at -3, or -3, 0. So that means if I plug in -3 in for x, I get an answer of 0. What is the factor? So again, if we look at our example over here, if I take the roots and go backwards to write the factors, you flip the signs, right? So if the root was a -3, here I would have to flip the sign when I write it as a factor to a +3. So the answer is B.